So UFC 299, just right around the corner, and me, I'm gonna go through the card. I'm gonna give my picks, and I'm gonna pray to God that I get every single one right, because I'm the GOAT. Starting off, we're skipping this one. Fuck this one. Starting off, CJ Vergara, Asu Almabayev. I'm gonna go with Asu Almabayev. I think he has more to offer. I think he has just a better, more diverse game. He has, I think, probably better grappling. Submitted Ode Osborne in his debut. And CJ Vergara in his last fight against Vinicius Salvador won a decision that he could have arguably lost. He doesn't show me much that would lead me to believe Vergara could get the win, so I'm going to go with Asu Almabayev for this first one. Next up, Robelis Despain versus Josh Parisian. Robelis Despain is going to fucking kill him. I mean, look at this. Josh Parisian is fat. 6'4", 79-inch reach. Robelis Despain is 6'7", 87-inch reach. The dude is a Taekwondo Olympic gold medalist. He's fucking shredded. Absolute fucking genetic freak of nature. It's like putting a fucking 3-month-old baby against a fucking anvil. Next thing, can this 3-month-old baby survive getting smashed by an anvil? We're gonna find out. No, it won't. Robelis Despain, first round knockout, under a minute, probably. I'm saying he's gonna get a 10-second knockout. I'll say it. Next up, we get Michel Pereira versus Michael Olajaychik. I've been seeing a lot of people pick Michael Olajaychik because, I've seen his fights. He's a heavy-handed dude. He's got a good gas tank, and a lot of people are saying it because Michel Pereira does not have the best gas tank. He has a bit of a suspect gas tank. But I think Olajaychik's grappling got a little bit exposed by Mr. Caio Borraio. And I think Michel Pereira is probably a much more aggressive grappler. Then again, I don't think Michel Pereira is going to be as good of a grappler anyways. I think Michel Pereira can get it done. People question his gas tank. But then again, the guy was also cutting like 40 pounds to get down to welterweight. So I think at middleweight, he's probably going to be... he's probably not going to have the same power. But I think he's going to be just as fast. I think he's going to be more well-suited for middleweight this time around, too. So I think Michel Pereira by submission or decision. Olajaychik, he's Polish. Granite chin. I don't see him getting knocked out, but I can see Michel Pereira taking it. I can also see Olajaychik maybe in the third round knocking out Pereira, finishing him like TKO, but I just think Pereira, he's a faster, more dynamic striker with some good grappling. I think he could probably end up one point, throw some random capoeira kick and transition into a fucking double leg. I don't know, I'm just gonna go with Pereira. I think he has more to offer. He's more diverse skill set. Cute Laba versus Felipe Lins. I'll go with Cutelaba. I'm just nervous to pick him because he's absolutely fucking dumb. He just makes the worst decisions in fights. And honestly, I think if he didn't make such dumb decisions, then he could probably be a top 10, top 5 fighter right now. I don't know, it's just so hard to pick him because it's is he gonna make those same fucking stupid decisions? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll go with Cutelaba. by either TKO or decision. Felipe Lins, he's 38. He's kind of old. Former heavyweight. I think the light heavyweights are just a lot better than the heavyweights, so it's just so tough picking Cutelaba because he's so fucking... He makes such stupid fucking decisions. But I think he's a much better athlete overall. I'll go with Cutelaba. This is where we get to the good stuff. Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. My brain is telling me you should pick Kyler Phillips. I'm going to go with my heart, though. I think Pedro Munoz, despite being 37, at 37, he went 3 rounds with Marlon Vera. He's landing good shots on Vera. And that fight with Vera, I mean, you can make an argument for Pedro winning. Granted, should Pedro win? Probably not. But, I mean, I thought round 2 clearly went to Pedro, and you could argue round 1. I don't know, Kyler Phillips, he had a close competitive, not really close, but he had a competitive fight with Raoni Barcelos. And I think Pedro's... The thing about these older fighters is, like, there's some of them that are just, like, a different breed of old fighter. A different breed of old dog. And Pedro's one of those old dogs. It's just different. He's got that dog in him. Pedro's fucking... Dude, granite chin. This motherfucker's got good leg kicks. Good. He's like a jiu-jitsu world champion. I don't know. I think anywhere this fight goes, I think Pedro can hang in. And Kyler Phillips, he's kind of like... He's kind of just super explosive. He'll try and throw a bunch of shit that'll like... That'll knock you out. Not really. He's very talented. He's a very talented athlete, but... I think Pedro, with his experience, his power, and his chin... And Pedro's 37, he has a good ability to put on a pace. Not a lot of older fighters that, he's no longer in his prime, but not a lot of fighters who exit their prime are still able to, like, keep that same pace. And keep that, like, same fucking, like, good cardio. Pedro's one of those guys that can keep that really good cardio. The guy can put on a really good pace. I think Pedro, unanimous decision, 29-28. Moving on. They're low-key cucking Gamrot. I don't like Gamrot by any means, but they're cucking him. Because why the fuck... Gamrot coming off back... Granted, it was kind of a fluke. Because his last fight was Fiziev, and Fiziev fucking threw a body kick that literally caused him to blow his knee out. He threw a kick so hard it blew his knee out, and Gamrot got a TKO victory. But, like... Really? I feel like you should at least give Gamrot, like, someone. I know you can't give him fucking Dustin Poirier, because him and Dustin Poirier train together. He's not going to take the fight. But, like, fuck it. I guess there's not really a lot of people they can give him. Arman and Oliveira booked. Fucking, oh, right. Yeah, there's not really a lot they can give him. I don't know, I feel like they're just, like... They're kind of cucking Gamrot, but I have Gamrot winning this fight. RDA is another one of these old dogs. Granted, I think RDA has that dog in him. But Gamrot is... I think Gamrot is, like, he's different. He's better than Kyler Phillips. I mean, it's just different. I think Gamrot, he's got good chain wrestling. And I'll admit, in his last fight against Fiziev, I thought he lost the first round, but he was landing good 1-2s that were, like, fucking whipping whipping Fizie's head around. He was landing solid 1-2s. I think Gamrot can either get a unanimous decision or a TKO. I don't really see anything that RD has to offer at this age that someone like Gamrot can't deal with. Who knows, maybe RDA is just the greatest of all time and he fucking goes out there and he sleeps Gamrot in round 1. But as of right now, I think I'm picking Gamrot. It's a safe bet, minus 500, it makes sense. Oh, I've watched Macy Barber's last fight, she got a TKO, and I have not watched Caitlyn. So, I thought her name was Caitlyn Shook again. I know in her last fight she fought Manon Fiora, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I don't know these guys very well. We're moving on. Jailton Almeida versus Curtis Blades. Now dude, I know, Curtis Blades. He's a fucking idiot. He makes stupid decisions. Why are you as the wrestler at a 4-inch reach disadvantage, standing and trading with Sergey Pavlovich, the boxer, the slugger not, Johnny Parsons, not really, I just want to throw in his name, I don't know why, but why are you fucking standing and I don't know, I just feel like dude, if you can take down Derek Lewis and mount him for 5 rounds and not get a submission or hardly do any damage in that time, either you're playing too safe and not taking enough risks, or you're just not good. Sergey Spivak literally hit he judo threw Derek. I don't know what the throw is called. It was like I think it was a hip toss. Fucking sent them flying through the air. That was fucking crazy considering Derek Lewis is fucking huge. And then he arm triangled him in the second round. And Jailton Almeida it had competitive intimacy with Derek for 5 rounds. It was embarrassing. It was hard to watch, literally hard to watch. I was struggling to try and stay off my phone, just praying that maybe Derek Lewis or Jailton Almeida lands a big overhand that sleeps the guy. No. I don't know. Jailton Almeida's he's probably juiced up. But Curtis Blades, he's bigger, I think. I think I'm gonna go with Curtis Blades, honestly. I think Blades is I think he could probably defend the wrestling of Almeida enough, and I think on the feet, Almeida really hasn't shown much on the feet, but I don't know, this one is just a genuinely unpredictable matchup, because it's either is Curtis Blades gonna fight like an idiot again, or is he gonna utilize a good game plan and school Almeida? I think I'll trust in Curtis Blades being able to pull this one off, prevent the takedowns of Almeida, and I think he'll be able to beat him up on the feet a bit. I'm going with Curtis Blades, 29-28 decision. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Peter Yan and Song Yadong. Fuck, man. It's a really close match. I'm gonna go with Peter Yan. I think he's a more technically skilled striker. Yeah, he's on a 3-fight skid, but split decision loss to Aljamain Sterling. Could argue him winning. Split decision loss to Omalley. you can argue him winning. He had a DQ loss to Aljo. He was winning. Like, it's just every point in this fight, the only fight he's really lost is against Marab. And there's nothing you can do to argue that loss. He just got beat by Marab. But I think Song and Peter Yan are literally the same exact fighter. I just think Peter is better at it. You can see Song struggle against kind of taller, rangier fighters. I mean, even against Chris Gutierrez, who had the same reach as him, he was struggling to find the mark on him for a lot of that fight. He had to resort to a lot of grappling. I just think, Peter Yan was able to find the mark on Omalley and crack him with a huge shot in the second. And he was able to take him down, control him. Song Yadong struggled against Corey Sandhagen, and Piotr Yan was able to fucking rounds 2 through 5. He beat on Sandhagen. It was a close technical fight. It was a competitive technical fight, but Yan fucking beat Sandhagen, a much taller, rangier opponent. I just think Peter Yan is better technically, and I think in terms of boxing, it comes to him a lot more naturally, and he has a lot more experience against these higher level opponents. Like, I just believe Peter Yan has a lot more to offer, and I think he's a lot more skilled than Song. I still think Song is really fucking good, and Song could get enough. I think Song has way heavier hands, and Song has a bit of a granite chin. I just think Peter has in terms of technicality, he's a lot more technical. And inside the pocket, I think when they get in the pocket, if Peter can stay smart and keep his guard disciplined, I think he's gonna I think he could school Song. I could go Peter, 30-27, unanimous decision. This one hurts. I don't like looking at this one. This one makes me sad. I'm going with Jack Della Maddalena against Gilbert Burns. I think Burns is he's a tough guy, but he's a bit chinny. Gets dropped by jabs, and yeah, I know Jack had the suspect performance against Basil Hafez in the grappling, but the guy went through 2 back-to-back weight cuts. You've seen Jack Della Maddalena when he does his weight cuts and he does the interviews. The guy's like shivering. And he had to do 2 of those back-to-back to 170. And to be real, the only times he was really getting taken down was when he decided to fight like a fucking idiot and keep pulling guillotines when he's fucking beating the shit out of Hafez on the feet. I just think if Burns can't get him to the mat, that JDM is just gonna... Sorry, it's late. I think JDM's gonna knock him out. I think in the first round, if Burns decides to stand with JDM in the entirety of the first round, I think Jack Della Maddalena is going to knock Burns out in the first round. That's my prediction. First round knockout, Jack Della Maddalena. It hurts. I like Burns, but who knows? Maybe after this, he just decides, I'll take money fights. Burns versus Poirier, Burns versus Colby. Those are good fights. I'd see both of those. He wins both of those, and then he retires on top. Not on top, but he retires with money. Moving on. Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Orlando. I'm going with Kevin Holland. Michael Page doesn't really fight a lot of fighters who are as long as him, as rangy as him, and Kevin Holland is longer and rangier than Michael Page. A lot of MVP's movements and the way he can get away from some shots is he's a very in and out type fighter, and it works a lot because a lot of these fighters are much shorter than him and much shorter reach. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with that with Holland. I think, and Holland was in his fight against JDM, yeah, he lost, and I believe he clearly lost. I thought he was doing pretty well. I mean, he was still landing good shots. He landed some good right hands that whipped JDM's head around. It's just JDM has a granite chin. The way I see it, I see a knockout for Kevin Holland. I see him like double fake pump a jab, and as MVP tries to slide out of range, Kevin Holland like steps in and steps through with a big straight right hand that knocks out MVP in the second round. And if Kevin Holland does get this win, I really fucking hope he starts taking his career seriously. Because the guy is good. He has a lot of good attributes that could actually make him a champion. He has a good submission game. He has good striking. He's long. The guy has he has the longest reach in welterweight. He has the longest reach in welterweight, and when he fought at middleweight, he had the longest reach in middleweight. I just think MVP, I think he's going to find a whole new level. And he's 36. He's old. He's 36. He's 2 years out of his prime. I think if there's like a 33-year-old MVP, I might pick MVP. But Kevin Holland, physically, I just got to go with MVP. I got to go with Kevin Holland. Second round knockout. Poirier versus Benoit. I go with Benoit Saint-Denis. I'm gonna go with Benoit Saint-Denis. Dude, he's a fucking beast. I think what happens is he starts off fast like he always does. Body kick immediately. Body kick. Well, they're both southpaw, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. I think if he's gonna start throwing those body kicks immediately, he might just start out orthodox, just so he could start throwing those body kicks immediately. Have a good open area for him. Even then, I just see him shooting in. Poirier struggled with these heavy grapplers before. I know people are gonna think this is blasphemy, but I think Benoit's gonna do kind of what Khabib did him, but faster. And people are gonna be like, Benoit, do what Khabib does. Yeah, I think Benoit's a lot more aggressive than Khabib. I think Benoit's immediately gonna back him up into the cage, body kicks, like a 1-2, and then he's immediately gonna shoot in. And I think once he gets Poirier to the ground, I think Poirier's gonna struggle. Once he gets Poirier to the ground, I think he could just start hammering away at him with good ground and pound. And I don't think Poirier's getting finished in the first round, but I think by the time the round's over, he's gonna be beat up and he's gonna be tired. And I think after that, Benoit's gonna be he's gonna be saying in his fucking French accent, "Nobody can trade with me. Nobody can go 3 rounds with me. Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, nobody can go 3 rounds with me. And dude, Benoit looks homeless, and homeless people just have the advantage in everything, dude. Not in life, but physically. Homeless people. I wouldn't want to fight a homeless dude. I think a homeless dude would fuck me up. 10 times out of 10. On God, I think I'd have a better chance surviving 5 rounds against John Jones than I would against a fucking cracked out homeless man, dude. They're fucking scary. Honest to God, I think a homeless man would throw a fucking like a spinning hook kick and fucking sleep me in the first round if I was in the cage with him. I'd be terrified, dude. I just think Benoit Saint-Denis is going to take him down, tire him out in the first round, beat him up, and then when the second round comes, I think he's gonna either sub him or he's gonna just fucking ground and pound TKO him, because Poirier. And Benoit's fucking huge too. He's very, very big for the lightweight. I'll give Benoit by second round finish, either TKO or submission, I don't know. And now, the main event. Sugar, Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. I got Marlon Chito Vera. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna go with Sean O'Malley. I just think that he's a lot better technically than Chito on the feet. And here's what I think is going to happen. I think what's going to happen is there's one of two ways. I think O'Malley lights him up throughout the entire fight. I think he really works on his cardio and really just lights him up. Who knows, maybe O'Malley just has like the greatest cardio of all time and he shows it, and he lights Chito up, setting a new bantamweight significant strike record. Who knows, maybe he sets like a new bantamweight significant strike record of like 320. Either that or it's a very dull, very slow performance. He's very cautious, peppering him with jabs and low kicks. And I think it's either Sean lights him up or Sean has a very like kind of like touch and go kind of game. I do see a universe where Chito fucking throws something random and knocks him out. I can see a world where Chito wins, but I just think technically Sean O'Malley's just better. I mean, he's not gonna. I think O'Malley he's great movement, great footwork, great stand switch, great feints. I think he's gonna have Marlon like twitching. And I think in the early rounds is really where he's gonna find success against Vera, because Vera's a slow start. I just don't think there's anything that Marlon Vera has to offer that O'Malley hasn't seen. But maybe Marlon Vera is just the GOAT as well. Maybe Marlon's just the bantamweight GOAT. Maybe he times Sean O'Malley and lands the perennial nerve kick again. That would be fucking crazy. If he just had the perennial nerve kick in his arsenal, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd actually be so fucking cool if he had that. But I don't think he can just throw the kick and land it on the nerve when he pleases. But I say there's a chance for Marlon, but I think in a universe he gets it done. I don't think it's in this universe. I think Sugar Sean O'Malley. No matter what way it goes, I think it's 49-46, unanimous decision. And those are my picks. If you agree, that's awesome. If you disagree, tell me why. And if you're a fan of Jailton Almeida, then I think you might be a homosexual. Nothing wrong with that. Hey man, do your own thing. But you like watching intimate cuddling for 5 rounds. No, not intimate, competitive cuddling for 5 rounds. You like watching that. That's about it. See ya.